Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Sydney here with you tonight, and I'm just heading back from Penrith. I went and watched the Warriors game with a friend of mine, the Warriors and the Penrith Panthers. Now, and before the game, because I was sitting there for a while, I made sure that I got to the game so that I could get the right seat that I wanted, all of that stuff. And what I realized when I was watching, because I'll explain to you, for those of you guys who haven't watched a football game in New South Wales, typically speaking, they get like the younger kids, and I'm talking young. These kids must have been maybe 5-6 years old. They were tiny. And they were, playing like a little game of football. And when I say football, I mean in the context of it's NRL, so it's not soccer, as sometimes soccer is called football. But yeah, these kids were like playing. They knew all the rules. They knew fair play. If they got tackled, instead of complaining, they're just like, "Yep, that's it. I got tackled. I'm out. No worries. Next." And it was actually really, really super cool watching these interactions between these kids, because I was like, man, like these kids are so young, yet they're still competitive, but they also clearly understand the basic concept of fairness and following the rules. And this is something that got me thinking, and I realized that guys are, they really are team players, and they really do follow the rules. And yeah, we've got some lone wolves, like I'm a bit of a lone wolf these days because I have to be, because no one really understands outside of a very, very, very small circle of friends what I'm all about and why I'm all about what I'm all about. But yeah, we're and I did a video earlier today talking about women being pack animals. They sort of just follow the herd. We don't so much get together to follow the herd, but we get together for a team effort, right? And there's a very distinct difference there. So I just found that a fascinating observation to make. And even though we had some Warriors supporters there, some Penrith supporters, it was a Penrith home game, so I'm sure you can imagine. And the Warriors supporters, because the Warriors got slaughtered. I left for about 20 minutes early just to catch the traffic. I was kind of hoping Warriors would win because they were looking strong at the start, but it ended up 24-0 Penrith's way with 20 minutes to go, and I was like, yeah, I know what the outcome is, and I kind of want to skip the traffic, so I'm going to go for that. But even amongst all that, all the fans were so civil to each other. You had Warriors fans sitting with Penrith fans, and you didn't have people shitting on Warriors fans from Penrith and vice versa. It was just such a cool atmosphere, and everyone just just gelled together and just worked. It was really, really cool. 36-4 at the moment, apparently. Man, they're getting their ass kicked. At least they scored once. And it got me thinking, guys, about what our collective goal is, what we're all about, and what we can do towards a common goal as men. There's obviously things such as, for example, making sure you vote for parties that are not obviously feminist in Australia at the next election, and also making sure that you vote a local member in from a party that isn't overtly feminist as well. There's obviously things such as grouping together as friends, helping people out that are struggling, especially if you see someone who's gone a bit AWOL, who's gone really quiet, that normally isn't quiet, that can usually be a bit of a symbol that that person might be going through depression, or might be going through a hard time, or might be just really struggling. Because sometimes as guys, and this is something I was thinking about the other day as well, we don't necessarily always tell people when shit's going on. Like the other day when someone hit my car on the driver's door, and they gutted, and I badly gutted my rim as well on a curb in a very, very tight little laneway I had to go through. And then I had a sore back as well. Like it's a bit out of whack, still not quite right. And even though some people would say, oh man, my day was fucked, right? My day was so shit, I still was like, man, I got so much to be grateful for. Like I can go to a chiropractor and get that back fixed. I can go to a panel beater and get that door fixed, But what happens if I got cancer tomorrow? It's not so easy to fix that. It's basically you either bust your ass to fluke getting through it, or you die. And by the way, good to see Mr. Charles. It's I was actually going back through my older videos today as well, so hope you enjoy them, man. I appreciate that. It just got me thinking. No matter how bad off we have it, there's always someone that has it worse, and there's always tomorrow, guys. Like if today's shit, right? There's tomorrow to try and take steps forward. And even if you know something bad's waiting for you tomorrow, just charge through it, get it done. And then it's all positive and uphill from there. You've just got to grab the reins, just take them and go with it, It's not always easy in life. Life wasn't meant to be easy. Life was meant to be challenging. Life was meant to be an adventure, man. Right? We were not made to basically be old enough to go to preschool, go to primary school, right? Go to high school, go to university, go to work, go to the office, pay taxes, buy a house, marry a woman, have that woman leave, give her the house, start again. That's not how our lives were meant to be. Right? If you've got something that you want to do in your life, you work out what time frame you want to do it, and you work out how much it's going to cost you, and you look at that time frame. Say, for example, if you want to do something in 2 years, you want to go to Japan and you want to stay there for 3 months, and you want to go Mario Kart racing through the streets of Japan. You want to go drifting. You want to, go to Nagasaki. You want to do all these things in Japan, right? And if let's say it's gonna cost you $2.5 grand, right? And you've got 2 years to do it. That's 24 months, right? Do you get paid fortnightly? Okay. So if you got 24 months to get 2.5 grand, that's what, $100 a month? $100 a month? That's nothing. That's $50 a fortnight. That's $25 a week. Start putting that shit aside, planning. Do your maths on what you need to achieve. Right? I don't care if your family tell you, oh, you shouldn't do that, you should do this. I don't care if your best friend tells you, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this. At the end of the day, look at it rationally. Say, is this achievable? Can I implement the steps that I need to follow to get to the end outcome that I need to get to? And if you can do that, and if you can achieve that, and you can set the wheels in motion towards working towards your goal, man, the world is your oyster, right? Not for one single moment. If you told me 3 years ago, right, I was going to go through a divorce, I was going to go through some tough times, I was going to come out stronger the other end, I was going to end up saving more than I'd ever saved in my life before, basically with no windfall funds, on less wage than I'd ever had before, and also having a YouTube channel which is gaining subscribers by the day. And I want to thank you guys so much for that. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it. I really do this out of love for you guys, and out of what I can bring to you, and the value that I can implement in your lives simply by sharing a different perspective, right? the messages and the emails and the comments I get from you guys, right? Some days when I think, man, I just want to take a couple of days off, I'll get an email or I'll get a message, and it just inspires me and it makes me realize how fortunate I am to be able to share this positivity with you and share the messages that I share, right? And how humbled I am by how well received what I have to say is. And yeah, there's sometimes when it's not well received, and that's cool. You're never going to be able to please everyone. But, I just really appreciate you men for sticking through this journey with me. And I'm sure that for those of you who've been following me from less than 100 subscribers, you would have seen, the evolution of Sydney and where I came from. And, I don't rage often these days. I used to get pretty angry sometimes in my videos. I'd get really pissed off. I'd get the ginger rage on, You guys know the ginger rage. And this is since December, So I just want you guys to think about, how important it is to play fair in life. And if you think that other people aren't going to play fair, use the rules to your advantage, guys. Use the rules to your advantage. Welcome to the box, Mr. Chris Cantu. Chris Cantu is, some of you don't follow him. I'll tell you why he inspired me in part in this journey. Because I saw him when he was living out of a Jeep, when he was going through the same motions that I was going through, really struggling, really doing it tough, but coming in every day and sharing his passion and sharing his, his mission to move forward with his subscribers. And, that really struck a chord with me. So between Chris showing his face, I've got to be honest with you guys, whether you like Chris Cantu or not, I wouldn't have shown my face on these videos if it wasn't for him. I've got to be real with you all. He gave me the courage to do that through showing me his vulnerability and his genuine nature. And also Big John from MGTOW is Freedom. Now the Society for Men's Freedom. If you haven't gone and if you don't know who he is, go and check him out on Patreon. Society for Men's Freedom is a good guy. So anyway, guys, look, I guess I just wanted to drop that short little message with you all tonight. I appreciate, as you can appreciate, I can't really go through and read too many of the messages that's coming through right now, but I really thank you for engaging on these streams. It's really, really amazing. And if you can smash that thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it, because that does get these videos trending, and it helps more men to hear this message. Helps more men to hear this message. And when more men hear this message, more men can do things for themselves that they may not have previously felt that they were able to do, or they may not have previously felt confident to do. Because any of you guys who've ever heard anything I've said and it's inspired you to make change, like some of you guys, when I did my video on, reconnect with your friends, don't just jump on social media, call up your friends and meet up with them for coffee and put the phone away. Some people have told me that they watch my video on the importance of working hard every single day because it drives them when they're struggling, And I have people that never understood why their relationships weren't working out, and when they understood the importance of masculinity and being true to yourself, they realized everything clicked into place for them. In the Sydney Man Drought, that video has gone viral, well over 100,000 views, and it's resonating because, this sense of entitlement. The video the other day on Senator Hanson Young, basically collectively calling all men rapists. She said in Parliament, she said, women wouldn't need pepper spray if men weren't rapists, or if men didn't rape, or something very, very close to that wording. And she also, on a recent video after the tragic murder and rape of Eurydice Dixon in Melbourne, God rest her soul, you had Lisa Wilkinson demonizing men, right? And you had Sarah Hanson Young, right? An Australian Greens senator, calling men morons and pigs who can't control themselves. And that is not who we are. That is not who we are. and I will not stand for it. And Senator David Leonel from the Liberal Democrats Party is standing up for people who don't have a voice by refusing to apologize to feminists and refusing to bow down and refusing to retract his statements when he told her to fuck off because she called him a creep after he made a remark to her when she called all men rapists. And I really appreciate that he did that. So thank you so much for that, Senator David Leonhelm, even though I know you probably won't see this video. Anyway, guys, I just want to thank you all for sticking with me through this journey. It's been such an amazing 6 months. And looking back on my videos, I'm like, man, how much I've grown in 6 months. And I'm not like, please don't take that as me tooting my own horn. It's definitely not. But you know, in order to understand how you're changing and evolving, you need to be able to, you know, acknowledge when you've grown. You need to be able to acknowledge if you've taken the wrong path, so that you can know how to get back on the right path, right? So very, very fortunate that I'm able to almost have a video diary from, you know, doing all these daily videos that I can reflect back on and just see, wow, you know, like, look at how much anger I had in my heart, and I've moved to a place of acceptance and love and gratitude and peace. And I recognize how fortunate and how blessed I am to be able to do what I do for you guys every day, and to be able to, you know, build my side hustle on the side, to be able to get all this stuff going on, and do it from a place of genuine, heartfelt intent. And you know, if any of you guys have seen Gary Vaynerchuk, if you haven't, I strongly recommend it. That's Vaynerchuk. He talks about the importance of just giving and adding value to people. The importance of adding value and just giving to people, right? Because the reward will come to you after you give that value. The reward will come, you know, and the reward from what I've been giving to you guys is coming back to me in gratitude and thanks from you guys. And you know, I'm so incredibly fortunate that YouTube has finally decided, after 5 months, can you believe that, to monetize my channel. And you know, so if you guys see any ads come up prior to the videos, even if it's a 20-second ad, it'd really mean a lot to me if you could watch those ads, even if it's not something you're really interested in. It just helps me out a lot. I really appreciate that. But for now, guys, I'm going to head off. But just remember, play by the rules, and if you think other people aren't going to play by the rules, work out how you can get the upper hand by still playing within the rules, even if you're bending them right round. Do what you got to do to look after yourself, right? And if that means going against what other people tell you that you should do, then damn well do it, because you deserve better than a cookie cutter life, man. You deserve better than to be told what you can and cannot do, right? You deserve better than to live a mediocre life and to die wondering what if. I'm getting chills through my body right now as I speak this, because I didn't know this 2 years ago. Even a year and a half ago, I was just only heading towards this realization. Oh my man, and I'm going through the process of refinancing my 2 investment properties that I purchased while I was with my one before my ex-wife, one with while I was with my ex-wife, but both with my money. I'm still owe a fair bit on them, but you know, they're neutral or a little bit negative. It's not a big financial drain. But with the shit job that I'm doing at the moment, it's a real struggle. And you know, I can't go out and fix the damage that was done to my car the other day. I just don't have the cash. But I do have the heart, and I do have the willingness, and I do have the drive to keep going, even when things are tough, because I see the light at the tunnel, and I see that I'm adding value to people, and I see that I have so much that I can leverage, so much that I can offer others, so much market value, sexual and otherwise, right? And I made that important distinction because, not quite often we talk about, sexual market value, and I thought that may be something that would be an automatic correlation that you'd make when I said that. So I did want to clarify that there is other market value as well. So, in terms of my photography skills, I have market value. In terms of my public speaking skills, I have market value. In terms of, my perspective and my thought train, conflict resolution, I have market value. In terms of my management skills, I have market value. In terms of my technical skills, I have market value. In terms of my personality, my charisma, I have market value. And I know this, and I accept that I'm able to be something that is more than I'd ever imagined. And TM says, Sydney, do an advice talk for the young fellas in their 20s, mate. You know what? That's actually a really good idea, and I am going to do that. But if I have any young fellas that are like just under 20 or just over 20, my advice to you men, do something that you just think is cool, right? Don't go and get a job in an office or in the bank because you think that, if I get a job in the bank in sales, then I can become, I can get into this and I can get into that, right? Think, what would I love to be doing right now? What would be super cool to do right this second, right? If I could do anything and money just came in no matter what would be awesome to fill my time in right now, right? If you're a kick-ass gamer, get a Twitch account, start getting donations, right? If you like working on your motorbike, become a motorcycle mechanic, right? If you're a car fanatic and you're always out in your garage tinkering under the bonnet with your tools, right? Do a trade, get an apprenticeship, right? If you built your workbench out the back, if you put your garage together, right? If you built your kitchen, right? Become a cabinet maker, right? Do your apprenticeship, do a trade. Guys, please learn this stuff now. Don't wait until, I'm 38 and I'm considering doing it now. I'm so many years behind, but I still have so many years ahead of me. I can't lose if I make decisions based on what I love and what makes me happy. You cannot lose. I'm telling you, please, right? Follow your heart. Screw what your mum and dad says. If your mum and dad says, we want you to be an accountant or a doctor, and all you want to do is sit at a lathe and churn out fucking furniture, make that furniture, right? Screw what they want you to do. And it's not because I'm saying disrespect your parents, right? Because you're not disrespecting your parents by following your heart. You're disrespecting yourselves if you don't follow your heart. Your parents just want what's best for you. But what's best for you is to do what you love, right? To do what makes you happy. To do what excites you and makes you passionate and makes you feel good by the end of the day, every single day. Right? This is what you should do. This is what you should follow, right? Just don't let it slip by. Don't let time slip by. Don't be like my buddy who turned 30 the other day, right? He's the gun, like auto electrician. He fixed my bike in like 5 minutes flat. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? My bike's been sitting there for 5 months not working. You rock up, you find this little hidden fuse, you replace it, it works. Like, come on. How many guys know the bikes like you do? How many guys know auto electrics like you do? Nobody does. Like, dude, you should do your trade. He goes, I can't afford to. I was like, why can't you afford to? He goes, I got the mortgage and I got to pay my car loan. I was like, sell the fucking car, bro. Like, get a shit box for $500. Do what you got to do, man. Talk to your parents. Ask if they'd mind, like, holding it down with a mortgage for a couple of years, if they're in a position to do so. So you can follow your heart and do your trade and become the best damn auto electrician in Sydney. Get subcontractors working under you. Get the big dollars rolling in. Because right now he's working for an IT company in sales, and that's not where his heart lies, right? And it's cutting him up inside, right? Don't be 30 and be feeling that way. Don't be 38, be feeling that way. I'm not feeling that way because I know what potential I have, but he doesn't know it, right? Take it from a brother who's been there. Guys, especially young men, man, the world is your oyster, right? Just please, right? I'm telling you now, I know it's hard as a young dude to not want to go and get laid and to not want to go and pick up chicks. Believe me when I tell you, if you work on yourself now, you focus, you direct your positive energy where it's needed, I can tell you right now, without any shadow of a doubt, your sexual market value will be through the roof. You will be 30, 35, 40, slaying for days. You will have 20 to 25-year-old girls falling at your feet. Mark my words, masculinity is dying out. If you harness your skills, if you get into a trade, if you find what you love, right? If you are positively masculine, if you retain your strength, if you eat well, if you avoid soy, if you eat protein, and you keep your testosterone levels up, right? You will be prime rib for the ladies from 30 onwards. I'm telling you, I'm just saying, it's just how it is, right? Some people don't like me saying that, right? Because sometimes the truth sucks to hear, right? For guys who are in their 35, 40 and they look like they're 50, you're not prime rib anymore, man. But your boy Sydney here, oh yeah, that's the Scotch fillet. That's the rump steak. You know what I'm saying? That's the T-bone. Right, like that's the Wagyu right there. Boxy MGTOW says, I admit my sexual market value has increased so much thanks to my being opened. That's right. Guys, when you're aware, when you've experienced, and when you know what I know, I just keep listening to him, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button down below and the bell next to it. Keep getting Sydney's daily red pills. You'll learn, trust me. You know, guys, if you want to have a one-on-one, like if you're a young dude and you just need a bit of advice, need a bit of guidance, you know, you want to ask some questions, hit me up, sydneymgtow@gmail.com. I'm happy to help, brothers. This is what I'm here for. This is why I do this. Because I can't help you guys if you don't let me know, right? Boxy, yeah, if you come to Sydney, man, let me know. We'll catch up. You just got to drop me an email, let me know where you're going to be and when. So guys, I'm going to bounce for now, but I really appreciate you joining in. If there is anyone that you know that would love to hear this video, right, any young guys you know that need to hear the advice that I gave, maybe flick them the video and the time marker where I started talking about it. You know, just share this message to anyone that you think really needs to hear it. Because there are so many men out there that need to hear this message. There's even a lot of women out here that need to hear this message about fair play, about following their passion, about doing what they have to do in order to love their life again and not be a slave to the blue pill matrix that 99% of people are stuck in for their whole life. We are the minority men, but we are the growing majority. We will be the majority, but right now we're the minority and we're growing fast. And we're growing fast because the message is real. You know, people are waking up, they're opening their eyes, and they know what's going on now. And there's no shame in opening your eyes. In fact, it's probably the best thing that you'll ever do for yourself. To take that red pill, understand how the world really works. And guys, another thing, especially you young guys, go out and check Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. I know some of you aren't a Jordan Peterson fan, and yes, I know at one stage he had some choice words to say about MGTOW, but he has apologized. He understands now, and I've read the book. Solid advice in there for anyone who needs a good framework. All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce for now. If you would love to, I mean, like, if you feel that you'd like to donate $1 or $2 a month or even more, head on over to patreon.com/SydneyMigta. I'd really appreciate it. If you feel this message has got value for you, then hope you share it with others. So big thank you to all you guys again, and I will catch you in the next video. And feel free to leave your comments on how following the tips in this video has helped you, or how you're going to implement those tips towards your goals, what you'd really like to be, and what you think you need to do to get there. I just want to see you guys succeed. But I'm almost home.